Sabaidi Sawadi. I'm gonna play the gong for you. I think they're getting ready for Songkran, doing a bit cleaning. A lot of the temples, I've noticed, they'll have beautiful sunset tonight. I'll just shut up and just take in. Look at that. Wow, let's get a bit more of an advantage point. I think it might be the right night to do a bit of a time lapse, I think. Where should I do the time lapse from? You don't know. No idea. Where should I be? We want the golden Buddha in frame, don't we? So there's no point. I mean, I think personally, somewhere, I mean, I'm not, the obvious is giant Buddha, the giant golden Buddha. But I think like somewhere up here to a certain extent, because for one, it's not going to, having people walking into frame is actually probably not a bad thing. It gives the time lapse motion. Oh yeah, right. And come back tomorrow, and I'm going to speak to the head monk and ask if he needed a little bit of dough to get this gong back on its frame. Oh, but there's two. So, right, that one's missing its frame. This one's obviously broken frame. Ah. Right, okay. Right, do you think that's... I mean, it's not playable right now because it's on the ground, right? But I have been to a temple before. It wasn't caving in as much as this. Yeah. It wasn't like all battered in, but I still managed by going underneath to get it to ring. But this one's really heavily pitted. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, that's a real shame. Oh, this other one though. This one here, on the other hand, doesn't look like there's anything stopping it from going back up on the frame. And it's fairly smooth still. It's not that old. Not that old at all. And obviously the frame's not up to scratch. Get that one back on there and then I'll come and donate some money tomorrow. I'll go down and speak to my friends who live down below. See which one of the monks, which is the monks to speak to. And I know it might even be something they're interested in doing, to be fair, obviously. I'm sure that's the thing, because it's on, it's free to get in, they are still reliant on donations. So, also they do have coach parties of people coming up, so like this sort of time of night, obviously to watch the sunset. But how many of them actually donate, you know? And also all the people that are coming up here first thing in the morning, because it's a loop to do exercises on. It's a 5 kilometre walk from the bottom where you pull in off the main road, and then it's a 6 kilometre if you go from there, kilometre walk all the way to the top of the mountain here, mountain, whatever you want to call it. So yeah. So like this guy, you know, you see is walked, jogged, because in parts it is very steep. And then obviously what they do is they go down, or some of them go back down the roadway as well. But majority of people use the steps to obviously go down, because the steps are very obviously steep. So going up is very difficult. That's where all the tuk-tuk drivers drop people off, by the way. So if you're getting a taxi over from Pakse, you know, you've got to tell them where you want to be dropped. You want to be dropped at the base and come up the very steep stairs. Well, you can still be dropped off at the base, but then walk up yourself. Like I join lots. I mean, normally if I stood here and filmed from say 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock onwards, you'll see how many people come through here every single evening, unless obviously it's raining. And cyclists as well, because obviously the cyclists they'll just go back down. Yeah. So it's like an exercise routine for a lot of the local people, and obviously anyone who's staying locally who wants to get their exercise in. I don't think that sunset's going to last much longer. I don't think it's going to be too much of a point of I will set up the GoPro and start a time lapse. It might be a very short one, mind, or maybe I'll just record it without the time lapse and just record it real time, because I think it's going to be quite short video. So yeah, if you pay no attention to people you'll be seeing with shorts, because most of them don't go into the actual temple. They just come up, do this picture taking thing, and then obviously these are a coach load of people that have come up. They're all Lao people on holiday or Thai people on holiday. And there's Pakse City. Obviously they've got plans to do something more here, I'm assuming, bring the decked area out, make it bigger, because obviously this is quite a small, you know, coach party of people. Normally a lot more people than this. Anyway, and get the I think the sunset is pretty much done and dusted, isn't it? Let's be honest. That's now gonna either go up over the horizon or the cloud is gonna take it. Now, this is common every evening. People from Laos, people from Thailand, all coming up here. It's about the only temple that you probably get away with wearing shorts. Because most temples, it'd be a bit of a no-no. Anyway, I'll set the GoPro up and... Oh, actually, coming down here and seeing a different viewpoint. It looks as if there's even... even less of a sunset to watch. Let's get a picture of the old Pakse Bridge. I'm interested to see they've got some lights going over the road as you just before you come over the bridge with the Laos flag, but when I drove through there a couple of nights ago, part of it had been ripped down, so chances are it's not working. And I think it's a little bit further this way anyway, so I don't think you'd see it from this vantage point. That's before I lost my drone. So, which is in the river over there somewhere. Blub, 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 blub. I'm going to go see a friend, I think, tonight. There's a restaurant called Rose in Love down on the embankment on the other side. So I'm going to go scope that out tonight. It's Friday night, so hopefully there'll be some people there. Yeah, there you go, that sunset's gone. I thought it wasn't going to last much longer, so I'm glad I didn't set up the GoPro. Yeah, that's how. I don't know if it's burning season or what's causing this cloud tonight, this mist. So it's not doing it any justice, but Soi Mae. Soi Mae. Don't get a pillar in the way. There we go. Soi. It's actually one of the best looking Buddhas in Laos. Because sometimes, not being wishing to sound horrible, but I said this in one of the temples, from, not just off the river. The sculptural work seems to be a little bit more crude, like a little bit more. I mean, I know all Buddhas are kind of open to artistic impression and all that kind of aspect of things, but yeah, I mean, if I want to say like the standard looking is this kind of looking Buddha, but some Laotian temples you go to, it looks like the children have made the Buddha's face. They're very crude, you know. This is your typical Buddha face that is like everyone knows, yeah. Some there's what's it called? Oh, it's called the Buddha. It's not a museum as such. There's Buddha Center or something in Vientiane. Just loads and loads of Buddha sculptures. Some of them are really, look very basic, as if a child's done them rather than anyone with any great talent. No, I know it's a bit disrespectful, but it is what it is. Yeah, sunset is gone. Oh, even just coming up the short amount of steps has done me. I'll never make it up the real staircase to come up. I've done it once. It killed me. And it took me about, I think, an hour and a half. Stopping and starting. But yeah, Wat Phousalao, opposite Pakse city. When I came here for the first time with my Canadian friend, thankfully he's still alive and kicking. We walked all the way from where you see the river goes in a little bit. That's like there's a bridge there, and that's kind of where they're like the main, if you want, like hub of Pakse is, like where the market is and things like that. And yeah, we walked all the way along the river bank, all the way over the bridge, and then actually I don't think we came up. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We went to find a restaurant and went and had a drink. So why did... I must remember why we bothered even coming over the bridge. Oh, that's right. Because we travelled down from Salonika, so I was a bit confused as to whether or not that was a friendship bridge or not. So baby, Ron Mac. Yeah, Ron took one. Oh, my chop Ron took one. Our fondok. Oh, fondok. Yeah, I was confused because ordinarily the border between Thailand and Laos is the Mekong River and there's a friendship bridge. But this isn't a friendship bridge. So, you know, if you're saying Mukdahan, which is Thailand, Salonika at the other side, Laos, friendship bridge, river, border. Same in Vietnam. Same again with Nong Khai. Yeah, Nong Khai. And then the other ones aren't like... Actually, I'm not sure with the one with Chiang Rai. Did I cross a river? Can't honestly remember. It was such an epic journey travelling through North Thailand and North Laos during the rainy season. Yeah, it was all a bit of a blur that last 2 days. Basically, struggling to stay alive and, you know, not be killed by driving off the edge of a mountain. Why on earth I thought it was a good idea to go travelling in North Laos in the rainy season on a motorbike. I must need my head tested. Even the locals don't do that kind of craziness. But to be honest with you, you know, having been here and lived through rainy season, I thought, well, they're that bad, you know. But it only takes one season to be really, really bad, and last year's rainy season was really, really bad. There was flooding everywhere. Yeah, so I wouldn't be doing that again in a hurry. That's for sure. Yeah, I really wouldn't be doing that in a hurry. You know, you know you're in a bad spot when you're literally the only person using the road. Yeah, and you don't see anyone for hours or days. So yeah. But what an adventure, as everyone keeps saying, you know. Yeah, if you're a nervous wreck because you literally think you're gonna one tiny little mistake and you're going off the edge of a mountain. So I was a bag of nerves. That's why I had to stop and just stay on top of the mountain for the one night. Just stayed with some mountain people inside a half finished house. Put my tent up in the house and then drove down in the morning. So yeah, I wouldn't advise doing that. If you're going to do any motorbiking in Laos, definitely do it in the dry season. Don't do it in the wet season. The main roads are bad enough because of the potholes. It's not the gravel and the mud so much, it's the potholes. Hence broken wheels. So yeah. And don't wear flip-flops. Wearing flip-flops is one of the biggest mistakes you'll ever make driving a motorbike. Anyway, I'll catch you all in the next one. Until next time.